제3막 교도소 안 교도소장실 내부가 보이는 감옥의 일부이다. 악보 16의 반주 때 나온 형태, 감옥의 동기에 의한 간주곡, 악보 28, 악보 28이 템포 디 마르치아, 시장조로 연주되어 제3막을 준비한다. 제12번 간주곡, 막이 오르면 간수, 프로시가 술에 취해서 기세 좋게 술 주정을 한바탕 늘어놓은 뒤 술에 취한 교도소장 프랑크가 돌아와 둘이서 술 주정을 시작, 유쾌한 멜로드라마가 펼쳐진다. 제13번 멜로드라마, 아델레와 이다가 등장, 프랑크의 어젯밤 약속을 믿고 진짜 여배우가 되겠다고 원조를 부탁, 악보 29, 프랑크를 당황하게 한다. 거기에 아이젠스타인이 감옥에 들어가려고 자기 이름을 대고 나타나는데 아이젠스타인, 사실은 알프레도는 이미 감옥에 갇혀있는 터라 프랑크는 무엇인지 모른다. 더구나 찾아온 아이젠스타인은 어젯밤 무도회에서 르나르 후작으로 소개받은 사람이어서 더욱 머리가 혼돈되어 마루의 앞뒤가 맞지 않아 청중을 크게 웃기는 대목이다. 제14번 쿠플레, 한편 알프레드와 로잘린데가 해결 방법을 타협하려고 이야기하고 있는 곳에 무엇인가 수상하다고 생각한 아이젠스타인이 브린트 변호사의 복장을 하고 등장한다. 이 환양연하고 아이젠스타인은 내심으로 크게 화가 나 있지만 일단은 모르는 척하고 이야기를 시작한다. 악보 30, 그러나 참을 수 없게 된 아이젠스타인은 원래의 자기 옷으로 갈아입고 두 사람에게 호통을 치려한다. 알프레드와 로잘린데는 궁지에 빠진 것 같이 보이지만 로잘린데가 후장님, 내 가슴의 고동소리를 세워주십시오 하고 어젯밤의 시계를 끄집어내었기 때문에 거꾸로 아이젠스타인이 궁지에 빠지게 된다. 제15번 삼중창, 이때 파르케 박사가 등장하고 또 무도회의 손님들도 모두 등장, 번잡한 피날레가 되며 박쥐님, 이젠 당신의 희생자를 용서해 줍시다. 악보 31, 하는 합창이 시작된다. 완전히 코가 납작해진 아이젠스타인에게 파르케는 박쥐의 분장을 한 채 술에 골마 떨어진 나를 거리에 팽개쳐 놓고 나의 웃음거리로 만든 그 복수로 약간 장난을 했을 뿐이다 라고 설명하고 알프레드의 건도 그의 하나라고 로잘린데를 변호해 주었기 때문에 아이젠스타인도 이제는 오로지 로잘린데의 용서를 빌 수밖에 없게 된다. 로잘린데도 모든 것은 샴페인 술에 죄가 있다. 비온 뒤 땅이 굳어진다는 속담과 같이 모두 사이좋게 샴페인을 찬양하라고 말한다. 모든 것을 물에 씻어버리고 출연자 일동의 명랑한 합창 속에 힘차고 화려하게 막이 내린다. 제16번 종곡,
cotton. Any more of that, and you'll all be down for the complete ring cycle. You know what that means, don't you? 16 hours of noggin the nog, plus a dragon, a midget, and no jokes. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story so far. Bit complicated. Also in the second act, we had tonight the first instance of what we call a divagram. It's quite touching, really. 3 opera singers, you know, things haven't been going too good. They get together, they go along someplace, and they come on, sing a few tunes. We all gave them a whip round. I thought the boy was good. Usually he only does bar mitzvahs. And the odd football match. Anyway. So there we have it. A crime wave of mammoth proportions. The breakdown of family life. Law and order seriously threatened. 25 persons arrested using operatic premises as a place of entertainment. Clear contrary to Article 2049A of the Criminal Code. And they're all coming here. Tonight, from the police station, an avalanche of hardened criminals. Yes, our intake has gone up from 1 to 26 in a single evening. That is an increase of 25%. It's a modern success story. We're doing so well, the Emperor should sell us off to the private sector. And what is this crime wave due to? I'll put it down to one thing. Champagne. Champagne is a very dangerous substance. It should not be abused. But would you believe it? There are champagne pushers at large in this very theatre. It's selling at a street value of £31 a bottle. Oh yes. Don't tell me. There's some clever dicks who think they can handle it. Just because they've got a black dicky bow and a posh accent and an unlimited supply of bottle green velvet jackets that are 10 years out of date and eventually end up on Face the Music. You can see them up in the bar with the pushers, pushing and shoving. Just another glass for me, John? Very well. Just a smidgen, Norma. This, as you all know, is an allusion to the opera by Bellini. However, smidgen can lead to a Jeroboam. And in the morning, what have you got? The streets outside littered with what we call friends of the widow Clico. Addicts sharing dirty swizzle sticks in the back of dailies. Anyway, as I say, their schnitzels have been well and truly vinad. We've got... Thank you, Mother. We've got 25 champagne louts coming here tonight. And there's a lot of paperwork involved in all this banging up. Hey! Shut it, Caruso. Or I'll shove your your fluttering wings down your fluttering throat. Pardon my French lettering, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only language they understand. You see, I don't mind the old plate rattling, but I can't help this singing. Singing leads to skirt lifting, provocative ankle display, offensive foot waggling, murder, mugging and mayhem, not to mention offences clean against the Post Office Act. The opera is a breeding ground for crime, especially if delivered in a foreign language. You hear that? I hope so. Singing in Welsh now. Now, what did he say? Well, we'll never know now, will we? Right? You've done it this time, Haliaki. Manual is fiction. The only way. You see, we get these emotional types in here all the time. But the cuss, they always do the trick. Once you've kiboshed the mix, they can't make all the florid gestures. Bit like throwing a cloth over a canary. Know what I mean? Yes, all right. You have a good sing-song, Squire. I'll be in later. Change your millet. And look at this. Look what they're offering now. Are we talking outdated manacles or what? Excuse me, madam. Hello, darling. You look like a woman of the world, but have you ever seen a pair of bracelets like this before? Oh, apart from the ones you're wearing yourself, of course. What? You saw them in Fidelio. You have a fetish about operas with jails in them, have you? Well, you should like the next production, The Birdman of Alcatraz, by Harrison Birtwistle. Starring Kiri Takenova as Burt Lancaster. Lucia Polk as the Canary. And guess who was Alcatraz? Anyway, now, it's easy enough to put the one side on, as I say, smooth as a silk, as the QCs like to say. That's queer customer, for those of you not familiar with the judicial argot. Oh, shut up! But the other side, regard. Are you supposed to get that on there, while at the same time restraining the prisoner by the throat? You bastard! Usually it can't be done. Anyone seen a key? Key? The key? The one I need to unlock 25 prisoners who are coming here tonight! Out! Shut up! Right, that's it, Tweety Pie. Before you can count to 10, you are going to be a counter-tenor!
I've come home! You're not home, monsieur. You're in Chokey. prisoner for you, French. Calls himself Chevalier.
I'm not another singer!
What a night of bliss! Chasing little Olga and little Ida, and catching them occasionally. Surprising how slowly those girls can run when they put their mind to it. Kiss me, Olga. And you, Ida. Marquis, give me your hand. Shh. His Majesty is glorious, wonderful, overthirst, bless the reign of glorious, of pink champagne at first, not like to keep talking at first. Oh, mon oncle est tombé du bateau. Look at that desk. I've had it 35 years, and now its legs are wobbling. Poor old desk's past it. Put it out of its agony. Best thing to do with that desk is to take it down to the bottom of the garden and shoot it. My legs are wobbling too. But I'll be chasing after actresses. The Daily Bulletin. For tomorrow morning, what happened to today? Today is yesterday. Good morning, tomorrow morning. What a fish, what a night. Meet me. Meet me. Eine Nacht in
Wakey!
Olga!
Your Excellency!
What excellency?
Your Excellency! And my Excellency! This is His Excellency, Colonel Penitentiary Governor Gustav Frank. Salute, man!
Oh, so that was it. I wondered why my hands were so close together. And now, my good man, thank you for the escort home.
They're bringing the rest of them over directly.
Can't be too soon. We're ready for them.
Rush! And now I seem to be unusually thirsty.
Sir!
Rush!
Sir!
A nice hot cup of tea.
Sir!
And a cigar.
Sir!
Rush!
Sir!
Tea at the double.
Sir! There's been a spot of trouble, Excellency. One of the prisoners has been discovered singing. Now, in my view, he's of the Italian persuasion. He's unmistakably an Italian.
Oh, what a night.
Yes, and furthermore, according to the label on the cell, this Itai rejoices in the name of Eisenstein. Well, there's something fishy about that, isn't there? An Italian called Eisenstein is like a Tibetan called O'Rourke. Furthermore, he has asked for an avocado.
An avocado without prawns? What did you do about that?
Oh, send out for one, sir.
Hush!
Sir,
I hear voices.
it's the champagne, isn't it? First you hear voices, and then socialism. They hear, Excellency, criminals and malefactors in extraordinary numbers.
Hush!
Sir,
I don't know whether you've noticed before, but you seem to be having trouble with your hands. It must be infectious.
yes, well, it's just a temporary inconvenience. I'll go and make an official welcome. Sir!
My dear Dr. Valka, I am sorry to see you here. Some sort of nice, clean, respectable crime, I'm sure. Embezzlement, perhaps? False pretenses?
Thank you. No. I'm here simply to witness the last act of my drama.
The last act?
Oh, yes. It's about to begin. Take your seat. The curtain rises now.
Come on, my fine fellow! I'm gonna lock you up! You shut up or do you like that? Come on!
Please help us, Monsieur Chevalier.
It's the little actresses.
I'm afraid not. It was Fräulein Olga who was guilty of the false pretense.
She was in an invented mood.
You see, she's not really an actress.
Oh, so you don't perform?
Not in public. Yet. But I am going on the stage.
Indeed. And have you any talent?
Oh, she's bursting with it. All she needs is a sponsor.
What?
An angel, a backer.
Someone that will make a massive investment in me and not expect too much interest in return.
But how can I be sure you're worth sponsoring? What do you do, my dear?
I do auditions.
Oi! Settle down in the stalls!
Swift a dragon is my part, like a shining squirrel I dart. My rustic dress up to my knees, I aim like a kitten to please. Should it or fellow pass me by, he may get a glance that is shy. Nothing forward, you see. Child of nature, that's me. I give a tongue to my short skirt to prove that I am not a flirt. If you not I say that you dare, whatever you do, I care. If I sleep in bed, then yes, I sing my song to him at last. gives within my ears. A curtain falls to thousand tears.
Excellency, there's a malefactor outside. It seems that he missed the paddy wagon and proceeded here on foot. He alleges that he is Herr Eisenstein. And would you do him the kindness of locking him up?
What's the master, will you hide us?
If you insist. Push! Take the ladies to the cells.
You want me to lock them up?
Treat them entirely according to regulations.
Oh, Your Excellency, what a magnificent idea.
Did he say von Eisenstein was outside? Something wrong there. I've got Eisenstein locked up in number 12. I don't understand.
Monsieur Chevalier! Comment allez-vous?
Bien. Et vous, monsieur?
Oh, très bien! Après vous? Non, je vous en prie,
Oh,
après
après,
vous!
je m'excuse.
Good morning.
You're here?
I am only here to stop you two gentlemen from stunning each other with Larousse. Allow me to introduce Colonel Frank, governor of this enlightened establishment, and your latest guest, Herr von Eisenstein.
He says you're the prison governor?
He says you're Herr von Eisenstein.
He must be drunker than both of us.
So, you don't believe I'm the prison governor?
Oh, not a word.
Push! Handcuff this prisoner.
Sir,
There. Now, I don't believe you're von Eisenstein.
Oh, you know who I am, and I'm perfectly prepared to do my 8 days.
But I personally arrested Eisenstein last night in his house.
You personally arrested Eisenstein? What was I doing?
I have no idea what you were doing, but Eisenstein was enjoying himself, having supper in his dressing gown, tete-a-tete with his absolutely beautiful wife. Frosch, release this impostor.
sir,
My wife, my dressing gown, absolutely beautiful?
It was quite a moving scene. They parted with a loving kiss.
A loving kiss! Where is this alleged Eisenstein?
Well, he's in number 12. No trouble at all, except he sings, apparently. Which reminds me, it's time to make an inspection. Dr. Falker, will you come with me? Might pick up a bit of legal aid.
Sings? He sings? Could it be me? A scoundrel, a cad, a most outrageous cad has taken over my wife, my dressing gown, my cell. Well, he can have the cell, he's welcome to it. But Rosalinda, the moment I get any sort of a prison sentence, she lets another man into my dressing gown.
come along. Here we are. Careful. Little steplet. Here we are. There we are. Now, that's you in the middle of the room.
Why are you guiding me?
They told me you were blind, Doctor.
No, I'm Dr. Blind, you fool.
Well, it comes to the same thing in the end. I'll go and fetch a lawyer for you.
Fetch him? But he's... Do you want to strip me naked?
God forbid. But I might have that.
Your lawyer's in here, waiting for you.
I can't deceive him.
No, that's because he's blind.
Mamma mia! Where is he?
Well, perhaps he's gone to,
Gone to where?
he's gone to spend a pfennig.
How long is that going to take him?
I don't know. Long time, I should imagine. He has an impediment in his speech.
Mamma mia!
Oh, there you are, Alfred.
Anna, rosa Freude!
Do try and be sensible for once. My husband may be here at any minute. Imagine what he'll do if he finds you in his dressing gown.
Why? Don't you think it suits me?
Shut up, you idiot! You must leave immediately.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. Well, what have you brought for me? A file hidden in a loaf of bread, a rope ladder. Oh, well, we will have to rely upon the avocado I have sent for. They say he is a brilliantissimo. This must be him.
Explanation.
Resist the temptation
Salutation.
of assassination.
We need some evasion
A truthful relation
in this situation
and full explanation.
to
And
phrase the guilt.
as of this distilled, and then will be
We must
now be distilled.
Tell me the facts, give me the story, the truth, however gory. And when your evidence I've sifted, then may your punishment be lifted.
Our cause is more fantastic. You're here when we begin.
Last night was quite monastic and free from any sin.
Give me your most unbiased evidence. What can be said in your defense?
Myself and the signora were dining rather late. A Frank came to the door and he found us tête-à-tête. He then brought me to prison, a most unhappy fate.
Be act up and glad, you monumental cad!
But what you say just makes no sense. You're here to defend me.
And I will do my duty too, and argue for a cat like you. So get on with the evidence. Of course I will defend you.
This man of law, the West I saw, has a grave of laws I must have deeply sure.
Whatever takes place, behave with grace,
And keep a smiling face to
on pace,
on pace.
An accident befell us, and we were both surprised. Until no one must tell us, I can't be compromised. If it reach my husband, he'll think the worst, I fear.
Of course, but can't you see? Your guilt is plain to me!
No! What on earth is that you say? No heaven to defend us.
and I will do my duty too, and argue on that case like you. So get on with the evidence. Of course I will defend him.
This man of law, the West I saw, has a grave of laws I must have deeply sure.
Whatever takes place, behave with grace,
And keep a smiling face
to our case.
in our face.
Now have you told me every fact?
Give me your solemn word that you have kept no secret back, no flagrancy occurred.
Signor, your questions go too far.
Come on, confess to me, your guilt is plain to see.
And more than do you think you are? Your questions now have gone too far.
In detail tell me please now, and detail tell me please, and do touch all the eyes now, and cross all the T's.
Signor,
Mein Herr, you fear now, it is clear to me, for my false husband's sympathy. So let me tell you, your
Now, signor, you know the law, and we prove the vital point. What threat sentence can you find that will tweak his nasty nose and will put it out of joint?
Enough of us!
Scusi, signor!
I know your game!
This is out of my hair.
Why do you shout?
No tremble and repent you, for vengeance shall be mine. Behold what fate has sent to you, for I am Eisenstein.
My God, he is Eisenstein! My God, he is Eisenstein!
Yes, yes, I'm the man you were deceiving. Can you lie for me? Now I'll have revenge for what you've done to me. As I man was deceived, as I lie, I'll be revenge for that reason tonight. Eisenstein, Eisenstein, will regret that. Eisenstein, Eisenstein, vengeance shall be mine.
He's trying to prove us in the wrong.
We'll make him sing a different song.
You stand there in my dressing gown and lecture me, you stupid clown!
I took your part to save your life.
You want to see the face of life.
Oh, hand up to the hilt, on your knees and with your gift.
He's
As I man,
just deceived.
as you lie,
It's just me.
I'll be vengeance that even Eisenstein, Eisenstein, will regret that. Eisenstein, Eisenstein, for vengeance shall be mine.
So you want revenge, do you? Don't you understand, Eisenstein? Your hour has come.
My watch? However did you get hold of it?
From an adorable little lady's watchmaker, my dear Marquis.
Oh, what an idiot I've been! You unspeakable cad! This is a serious matter. I demand my rights.
And you shall have your rights for the next 7 days in this prigione. And remember, you still owe me one.
I go to prison? Certainly not. You're the official Eisenstein. Sir, this criminal is trying to convince me I'm someone called Eisenstein.
So were you 10 minutes ago.
Certainly not. There stands the true Eisenstein. Well, have some respect for the authorities, my man, and take your hands out of my pockets.
Excellency, they are refusing to be scrubbed in accordance with the regulations.
Herr von Eisenstein!
He just told you who he was.
You can where's your dress? Or for that matter, where's my dress?
Well now, Eisenstein, this young lady's evidence is quite overwhelming.
Don't rely on her evidence. She's an actress.
Very well. We shall have to produce further evidence. Call the witnesses.
What on earth is this about? I'm so confused without a doubt. How can you explain all that?
It's the vengeance of a cat.
It's the vengeance of a man.
Oh, Eisenstein, you have been truly conquered.
Please don't keep me in the dark. I caused you such alarm. Was a plague, we meant no harm. What the prince and the girl, but my wine then, and my robe, sir. Oh, what joy, what bliss, what I did never thought that you'd deceive. For the grace will never leave me. That was not exactly so. I should be stopped from you. That's what is on the Lord.
That's my final sin.
Stay in prison with me here, and your sponsor I will be near, and finance your state career.
I'm the penguin you must choose. You tell and will amuse. Remember my family motto.
Rosalinda, please, Mouskin. Forgive your faithful Gabrielle. It was the champagne that did it.
Champagne is none of these. Not such cares of these. If my mercy was killing, my husband loves me dearly. And to forgive his madness, to such a noise of madness. A curse of curse of those when it was near. The king of all the wines, the king of all the wines.
A toast, a toast, a toast.
His Majesty is gonna buy us on the wall of this. Just as when Joanna the kitchen and the place.
His Majesty
Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on all our behalf and on behalf of all those out there and on behalf of all of us at Covent Garden to thank Joan Sutherland for her great art and for the... and for the years of exquisite pleasure she has given us. Joan, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You first came to Covent Garden in 1952, and it was here that you learned your craft as a member of the Royal Opera Company. And it was on this stage, on a magic evening in 1959, that as Lucia di Lammermoor, you leapt to stardom. You gave us Violettas, Leonoras, Normas, Sonambulas, Annabelenas that we shall never forget. You were for us the high priestess of bel canto. No other soprano voice in the period that you dominated better combined a dazzlingly precise technique, beauty of tone, purity of line. We are forever in your debt. Indebted to Richard Bonning, your husband and your guide, whose own great gifts and expertise in the bel canto repertory underpinned your own. Without his guidance, your true potential might never have been realized. Ricky, we thank you. Both a memento, a small gift to remember us by. Richard Bonning is a collector of opera memorabilia. And Ricky, we found for you in Paris a poster that we hope you'll like and which we don't think is in your collection. It advertises the very first performances of Fledermaus. Oh. You began on this stage, and tonight you make your last appearance on this stage, and we want you to have something to remember us by. One of your happiest roles here was Marie in La Fille du Régiment, and we have here for you, and we've had to get it back from the Met, and we're grateful to them for letting us have it, the drum that was used in that production. Comes to you with our love, our gratitude, and our fervent good wishes.
I'm sorry, my projection isn't as great as Jeremy's. Not when I speak, anyway. Mr. Prime Minister, dear Norma, Jeremy, dear friends who have put up with my warblings for so long, I don't know what to say. It's all sort of been said, really. I've had this wonderful career which just took over. I've had wonderful colleagues like the people who performed on the stage tonight, both in the opera, and my dear friends Marilyn and Luciano, many others who can't be here. We can't have everybody here. It spanned a wonderful number of years. They've been very happy years, but it is true that I feel that the old voice is beginning to wind down, and I'd rather leave you with a reasonably pleasant memory of me than go on until you really thought, you know, why doesn't the old girl stop? I've enjoyed every performance I've done here, all my performances with so many colleagues around the world. I think that those 7 years that Jeremy spoke of, and I've said it many times before, were the greatest thing that could have happened to me. And I'm sure Marilyn bears me out because she had a similar beginning. Those years in a company, singing everything, either the High Priestess or Aida or whatever was dished out. It was wonderful training, and I'm sure is one of the real reasons that I've lasted as long as I have. Not to mention the sort of repertoire that I ended up singing. I've enjoyed it. Ricky's enjoyed doing it. He's not backing out yet, but I just want you to know how much I appreciate all the wonderful letters that I've received, all the beautiful flowers, all your wonderful showerings of flowers from up there time and time again, and things like the night I came on in Daughter of the Regiment, and everybody screamed out when dear Spiro said, "Mais qui vient?" And you all screamed out. Thank you all very much, and thank you for my beautiful gift. I hope now to come back and enjoy the performances by sitting out there with you.